Hello. I'm sorry, I don't feel good. I have COVID. My throat is a little bit hoarse. I've had a fever all today. I've still been putting work in and trying to get content out for you guys. I just put out a video about Duggars, and I'm about to put out a video about Sister Wives. And I'm just going to come over here because some of you had been asking me to do a live stream about what is going on with the 7M situation. And listen, like, hold on, I'm just going to turn off the comments real quick. If I'm being completely honest, it's been very, this has been a very emotional reporting job. This has been extremely mentally and emotionally taxing, and it's been a lot of work. And I have been doing it without getting paid. I'm not making money on the story because I'm not posting it on my YouTube channel. I'm really just posting little blips on my Instagram because I know that that's the most shareable space where this can spread. So the idea that I'm sorry. The idea that I would somehow be doing this for like clout or anything is just asinine. Anyone that follows me knows my heart and knows why I do what I do. And in regards to like this lawsuit, it's literally bogus. I mean, my legal team looked over it and we know that there's nothing to this and we're not worried one bit. They just want to silence us and stop the reporting. And my biggest concern here is that for the last several days, there's been this like dramatic shift where we're only talking about Miranda. And I came at this story because I found out about Miranda, but it has nothing, like Miranda's one person. And, you know, the other thing I want to say is, if Robert Shin is truly serious about this lawsuit, he has like at least 7 accounts right now that I found that are linked to them that are actively smearing me, spreading horrible video, like horrible content about me, lies, slander. I mean, they're going out of their way to discredit me, which is part of when someone gets cornered, they try to deflect, at least that's my belief, because they don't want the truth to come out. So they want to intimidate me so that I'll stop talking about it. The thing that makes me the saddest in this situation is that they have Miranda so paranoid that the world hates her when it's not the case. And she is dedicating her time and energy to making hate-filled videos towards me when I've never in my life once said I hate you, Miranda. I think you are a beautiful girl and a wonderful dancer, and there's a whole world out here that loves you, and you don't need 7M to be successful. That's all that everyone wants people to know, is that all of you have talent, all of you have the ability to do well in this industry, but you don't need 7M. And the other problem here, and the problem that nobody else wants to address, and it's weighing on me heavily, is that if more of you don't speak out, it's just going to continue to manifest and it's going to continue to fester. And if some of you don't start taking on your platforms and using it to speak out, you're going to have the rest of us that are speaking out get buried in the narratives of negativity and of this, that we're all liars. Do you want the dance community to be safe? Do you want up and coming dancers to not get recruited into a system that could potentially be exploitative? Or do you want to stay silent and then watch your fellow friends and colleagues get completely blasted and annihilated online for daring to use their platform to speak out. I'm at a point right now where I'm like, I get it if you don't want to speak out, but at the same time, I don't. I've been watching and noticing that Twitch, his wife, is watching my stories. She's liking my comments, and she's not saying anything. And I don't know why. Allison and Twitch have a huge platform, and they're a huge reason why these dancers are as famous as they are. It's through Twitch that they got onto Ellen, and Ellen gave a lot of them a lot of relevance. So why won't you speak out for the people that you care about and that are your friends? If your children were the Wilkins kids or were if you were any one of these parents, wouldn't you want someone in the industry to speak out for your kid, knowing what's going on behind the scenes? Does it matter more to you that you have no controversy in your life? Because I don't have a problem speaking out. I have no problem. And the Sun has been putting out articles, and the Daily Mail is putting out articles. Business Insider is doing a huge expose, like massive. And I know New York Magazine is doing a huge one. I found out a couple days ago that a huge production company is like going to be making this for a network, and it was picked up. So like if Robert, and that has nothing to do with me. So if Robert thinks that silencing me is going to silence the story, that's not true. But we also need you in the industry to stand up for your community. I'm an outsider and I don't have any clout. I have 87,000 followers on my Instagram. Some of you have millions, and you have the opportunity to do the right thing. And every day that passes, you're just continuing to be complicit and silent. And I was so disheartened last night because I was crying last night. I'm going to be honest. Like, I was bawling because I felt like what I witnessed with Miranda and her parents was like what coercion and intimidation looks like. I saw posts being made by an account claiming to be Miranda, saying that her life was in danger and threatening her parents, that her life was in danger if she didn't cut contact with me. Me, someone who has nothing to do with the dance community, and all I'm doing is reporting on a story. And she demanded that they remove videos and unfollow me, and then they didn't do the same. So Kelly did remove the videos. Kelly did unfollow me, and I don't care if Kelly unfollows me. Like, Kelly needs to do whatever Kelly needs to do that she feels is the best thing to get Miranda and have a connection. But Miranda, and I don't believe it's Miranda that's actually controlling that account, they didn't delete a single negative thing that they said about her parents. All of that slanderous content is still up on that page. Why would you want to be part of an organization that literally is allowing your parents to be degraded in such a horrific way? I can't fathom an employer like trying to burn bridges in my life. It makes my heart hurt. And again, these are my opinions. So Robert, you can sue me and say that I'm slandering you, but I'm also protected under free speech, and I have an opinion on the situation based on what I've learned. And I don't agree with what you're doing, so I have a right to say that. Just like you have a right to make 87 accounts slandering me, right? But what I don't agree with is, if you really cared about Miranda, why would you be trying to ruin her relationships with her parents? And then why would you be trying to threaten her parents with the safety in order for her parents to comply? I mean, did any other of you last night witness what I witnessed? Did you see the comments where she said, I'm in danger? If you don't do this, my life is in danger? Is that not a threat? Now imagine how a mom would feel reading that. You're a mom. You love your kid. Doesn't matter that they're 25. You have done everything for your kid your whole life. You've supported her at every single turn. You weren't controlling, because a controlling mom certainly wouldn't allow your child to move across the country to LA, get her an apartment, and let her chase her dreams while she stayed back in Michigan. That's the opposite of a controlling mom. A controlling parent is Jim Bob Duggar, who doesn't let his kids even like move out of the compound and controls them all through their work. That's a controlling parent. Miranda's parents were like, chase your dream. And then watching the responses to Lauren Gottlieb. I just have to say this, you guys. I have been talking to Lauren for a month behind the scenes, and she is the sweetest woman in the whole world. And she has like the biggest heart, kindest heart, loving heart. She has an energy of just empathy and compassion and deep care for the community and the people in the community, and a sense of responsibility to the community. In a lot of ways, she looks at herself as like a mom, because she's in her 30s now and she's kind of like come up. And so she wants to be a good role model to the younger dancers. And so I know when she finally said something last night, how much courage that took her to say that. And I also know it was said with a lot of compassion, and that even though she doesn't know Miranda very well, she knows enough about the industry to know that she cares about what's happening, and she doesn't want to see this happening to other dancers, and she doesn't want to see it happening to Miranda. And there's so many other people like Lauren that feel that same way. And I'm grateful that Lauren said something, and I'm sad that the response was just contrite and vile and rude. Because in the real world, if you weren't being controlled by someone, why would your why would your account be blocked? You were like, that post she made where I accidentally blocked my parents. What? No. All Lauren did was pointed out that somebody was probably deleting comments or causing her to not see messages from her parents, and that's concerning, and that's a red flag. I'll show you Lauren's comment. Let me find it. Okay, so this is not them, but I just want to show you this. This is an account that I believe is connected to 7M. And this is a comment that's on their page. And again, disparaging and going after people that connect her. And says, weren't you concerned for her safety? She's being stalked, harassed, and followed. I'm not stalking her. I'm not harassing her. And I'm certainly not following her. And I'm not contacting her brands. I haven't spoken to a single brand. I contacted one just to verify if they had a relationship. But it was like repeated comments like this yesterday. And then Lauren's comment was, hold on, let me find it. Hold on, it was before that one. Sorry, you guys. If on your phone the texts are blue, but on your parents' phone they are green, someone is in the middle seeing to it that you never see those messages. Think about how wrong that is. We all love and support you, Miranda. Go see your mommy and daddy. If you are a 25-year-old woman and like you have someone controlling your accounts to the extent that like people are blocked and you don't even know it, that's kind of a red flag. And then her response, and I don't know if this is even Miranda responding, was so ugly we filmed like 2 videos together, and I don't even really know you like that. And I'm not really sure of a nice way to say this, but please stay out of my business. Go see your mommy and daddy. I mean, she has videos on that page of someone that is like a friend of a friend that has been speaking out for them, and she's calling her a stalker and a psycho. And it's like, I don't even believe she's writing this stuff. That's my opinion. I don't believe that she's writing this. I don't believe that she even has a clue what's really happening. And I don't think she accidentally blocked her parents. I just can't see that possible. So if a management company really cared about their talent, the last thing they would be doing is burning every bridge that person has. And then blaming the blogger and the reporter who's covering it for the downfall. It was Melanie and her parents that put out the story. And then it was me and then other reporters that picked up the story and did the investigations. They told us the problems in that video, and we sought the answers through our investigations, and we confirmed a lot of their suspicions and what they knew. So if you care about this community, and if you care about these dancers, and you care about them not recruiting people, you need to say something. Because today, you have a dancer from this group that says tag upcoming dancers. Tag up and coming dancers. They know that they can't tag their friends anymore because their friends don't want to work with them. So they're going to try to find up and coming dancers that don't know anything about them, that are naive, that just want money. There's way more to the industry than money. And if you're chasing fame and you're getting in bed with like the devil to get that goal, I mean, this is what can happen. Do you want your friends, your sisters, your little sisters and brothers to get recruited into this? This is in LA and it's all over the internet. So, Robert is also suing me because I said that James abandoned his son. He kind of did though, didn't he? So, please do me a huge favor. If you are one of those people that has been watching me for the last several weeks and has been watching me get beat up and watching other people get beat up, speak up so that we're not taking all the heat. Speak up so it goes further than just us. Speak up so that you spread out the message so it's not isolated to one person. Please speak out and stop putting it all on Dana and stop putting it all on, those few that have spoken out. Matt Stefanina is one that I can't fathom for why he hasn't said anything. Matt Stefanina was their roommate. He was the man that these kids lived with before they left for this group. Matt Stefanina, why aren't you saying anything for your friends that you cared about? Like, why can't you just take 2 minutes to say, I'm sorry, like, please help my friends? Instead of posting video after video after video with Enola, a girl that they tried to recruit. matter if Dana and Matt are exes. Who the fuck cares? Their relationship has nothing to do with this situation. But Matt, and who's the guy that has the mask? The dancer that has the mask. That guy. And then the other guy, John. Poor Enola. I know. Enola, you can definitely do better. I'm glad that you... Oh, Ave's moves. Please, Ave moves. Say something. What about John? Whatever is John, that John guy. Say something, John. What about Montana Tucker? Poppin' John. Montana Tucker. Enola isn't part of this. Like, I know that. But they tried to recruit Enola. Poppin' John. Yeah. So, say something. All of you say something. I think there's only a handful that have said anything. Tim Milgram, Lauren Gottlieb, Dana, I can't even think. Joey Turman, a bunch of old Crump guys. Marley Page. Yes, Marley. Yes, you are a friend of Miranda's. Yes, Marley. Samantha Long. Trisha Miranda spoke out. But the fact that you haven't said anything to say that this isn't true also tells me that you know that it's true. Because Matt Stefanina follows me, and Allison, Twitch's wife, is liking comments, so I know she's keeping up on what's happening. I've seen Allison watching my videos. Merrick Hanna. I saw Merrick Hanna also liking comments liked Lauren's comment too. Merrick, please say something. Like, it's scary to say something, but silence is deafening. And the fact that nothing's being said is just making it so that, like, those of us that have spoken out just look like we're crazy. And I mean, if Robert is serious about his lawsuit against me, all of these accounts that we know are his don't help, because it just shows that he doesn't care. And then last night, he blatantly showed online that this lawsuit is a intimidation tactic because they don't want the Wilkins to have any sort of connection to me, believing that the Wilkins are the only family that's affected, which is not true. I have spoken to multiple parents of people inside that are just as worried. I have spoken to families of people that are in from 20 years ago that are still in, that are worried. Please, please, please speak out. They're not involved. They're not involved. These people aren't involved. 7M is a small contained group. Use your Instagrams, use your Instagram stories. I don't have... And like, just use your platform. Be responsible. You're all role models to to the young dancers. Show the young dancers that look up to you, that want to go to your classes, and that are watching your reels that make you money and watching your TikToks that make you money. Why don't you show them that you're what a role model should be? And speak out. If Allison's been following along this whole time, she knows enough to say something, right? So does Twitch. So does Ellen. So does Matt. Ellen's put them on the channel, on her network so many times. All right, I have to go. And just use your platforms. Yeah, fiction, you can say something too. Just please use your platforms. Don't be like complicit to what's happening. Be courageous, be bold. I mean, the truth is the best defense. And I'm not worried about me, but I am worried about the dance community. So